slow. It's slow. I gotta be careful in this top. It's gotta be low.
There we go. Volume.
I gotta stay low.
Alright.
I can't. I don't know how to. What's this called?
Flossing.
You are giving me lots today.
I know,
Good
so
morning.
I'm waiting for it
Good morning.
to show up in your timeline.
Good morning. Good morning. I hope that you enjoyed that energetic dance that you were gifted with when we go live. So,
Happy Jesus Day.
happy Jesus Day. Thanks for that politically probably incorrect.
How is it not untrue?
It's Happy Chocolate Bunny Day, first of all. So, anyway, good morning and welcome to the Good News Channel from wherever you are tuning in from, though, around the world. My name is Anna Richards, and this is my.
You can call me Morgan.
I was gonna say better half, but we've been fighting this morning, so I'm gonna say shit half. But here he is.
I can't even see. You've done a terrible job with the camera angle this morning.
Oh, guys, it's been a morning.
Life pro tip: don't get married. Way severely overrated. Okay.
No, do get married. It is joyful and wonderful. But anyway, we are here to fill your world, not with marriage advice.
No, not today.
Or political incorrectness. Actually, we're definitely here to do that. But we're here to momentarily fill your day with some positivity, hope, and humour from around the world. And as we always start off our Good News Channel at the moment, obviously with the coronavirus still dominating world news, you're only hearing the death tally, and we like to give you the recovered tally, which as of this morning's broadcast, that number is 355,671. Woo! I think that's amazing. You need to get me a trumpet.
There we go. Got it. It's finally showing up in time.
You need to get me a trumpet.
It's almost as if the rate of recovery is mirroring the spike in the rate of infection.
Is that a thing?
No, that makes sense.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay, cool. So, taking you over to America
Good
now.
morning, everyone, by the way, as you're jumping on. Hi, Anna. Hi, Ari. We love you guys that jump on live.
Everyone's a bit sluggish getting on today, but it's
No,
understandable.
they're still there. They're just quiet.
Yeah, that's cool.
We like to engage.
Now back to more important things like me and what I was talking about. There's a teacher in America. He's been walking over 5 miles every day to deliver food packages to disadvantaged children who would otherwise receive them through coming to school. So I think in America they have a thing like a free lunch type program.
Yeah.
So obviously kids at home are probably still missing out on that. So this teacher, he's from a primary school in Grimsby, which...
What's his name?
His name is Zane Pounds.
There you go.
And Zane, he walks door to door with food packages for children who are disadvantaged. He says that these are valuable children, and he knew they...
Vulnerable children.
And they're...
He has definitely read the news before this.
I wrote the article. I gave you the article. And he knew they needed to be fed, and he's delighted to be able to still have an impact on their life in these trying times.
Yes, obviously as well, these kids are vulnerable, not valuable. They're valuable as well.
Wow.
They're vulnerable children.
Talk about being politically incorrect.
And this is what I love, that he said, I said to Morgs, babe, read the news out properly this morning. He didn't. But they're vulnerable, and he's delighted that he can actually check in on their welfare, which I love. So, well done, Zane. Okay, so staying in the States now, and one gorgeous father. This was actually a really emotional one, and if we could do all the high-tech stuff and share it, we would. But too many people on Facebook makes for a slow Facebook. But one gorgeous father helped his daughter still have her prom, or as we call it here in Australia, their Year 12 ball. Her
Year
moment,
12
though.
testicle?
Her dad had written a letter though. Today is prom. One dance with dad. Will you go to prom with me? I don't even know how to say prom. Anyway, I thought this was very sweet. So she thought he was kidding, and the whole thing was filmed. She came downstairs. He wasn't kidding. He was dressed in a suit. He told her to go back upstairs and get in her dress that they had already bought. She went out, she got in her dress, and she came down and she was sobbing her little eyes out. And they did a beautiful daddy-daughter dance in the lounge room, and she still got her moment, which I think is so special because I know for kids, you know, we're all complaining and we feel like we're struggling, but obviously older kids at home, especially in year 12, it's hard for them because that's their last year of school. So I know they want to hang out with their friends. So I just thought that was a really sweet good news story.
Okay, well, staying with the good news, and now for some awesome news, a YouTube gamer by the name of Sean McLaughlin. He's helped raise nearly $660,000 in 12 hours for the COVID-19 relief efforts. He's part of a hashtag. You can look this hashtag up on Instagram. It's called hashtag Hope from Home. And it's a live stream which brought together entertainers, influencers, gamers. What were influencers going to do on a live stream?
Oh, well.
Just like slip a bit of nipple?
Yeah, I was like, you
Booty
follow
shots?
titty accounts,
Yeah,
you tell them.
They don't do anything. They're just business as usual. They wouldn't even know that there's a pandemic on right
Morgan
now.
gives me great marketing advice
Yeah.
from the titty accounts he follows.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
great.
So gamers are obviously live streaming games and things like that. Other creators and other platforms, including YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch. And they're all the proceeds are going to global charities. So his own 12-hour live stream raised $660,000 alone, which is 40% of their $1.7 million.
I don't know what he does. This is like your
Just
shit.
live streams video games.
See, I said to Morgs,
And
that's
people
what
jump
he
on
does
and
all
watch.
day, and I'm like, make some money.
I don't
If
watch streams.
Morgs, what is it though? What is it? Like if Morgs did a live stream of the
Live stream.
games he plays,
I don't have a camera or anything.
we can
I'm gonna
get you one, honey.
Not today, everything's closed.
We
Anyway.
can get you one.
Anyway.
Okay. Staying with the good news in the online space though, and this is one of my favorites. So any of our older generation, and if I had $1 for every time I heard an older person say, I'm too old to learn today's technology, they've just been silenced forever. Because a 90-year-old grandpa, that's right, a 90-year-old grandpa just got married to the love of his life over Zoom today. So, Alvin Lee, who is 90, and Dorothy Driscoll, who's 85, he's a little bit of a cradle snatcher there. Calm down, Alvin, 5 years
Hang on a
older.
minute, I'm 4 years older than you. What are
I
you
know
trying to
you're a cradle
say?
snatcher.
Anyway.
Who were married thanks to the pastor being able to marry them over Zoom, and there was 20 other family and friends that tuned in to witness it. Dorothy wore, I saw it, I watched the ceremony, Dorothy wore a beautiful deep, it's like a violet purple dress. I just thought it was so special. I got to be a part of their special day as well from watching the recording. Whilst Alvin wore a very sharp navy blue suit. It reminded me of your wedding suit actually. So congrats to the newlyweds. We're very happy for you.
Question, was it an Italian pasta?
No.
Did it?
Why?
Pasta?
Oh. I was like, I know he's trying to be funny. I'm trying. No.
Dad joke.
Okay, dad joke.
Now for some more great environmental news, and kind of ties in a little bit to some of the other topics we've been talking around in other episodes around plastics and things like that.
Yeah.
But there's now a mutant enzyme. Prepare yourself. This is how COVID-20 starts. Mutant enzyme that recycles plastic bottles in a matter of hours. So this enzyme was originally discovered in a pile of compost, oddly enough.
Yes.
So it must be a natural enzyme.
It is.
And it reduced the bottles to chemical building blocks that then used to make high quality new bottles.
Huge.
Which is pretty cool.
It's very exciting.
Existing recycling technology was used to produce plastic only good enough for clothing and carpets.
Yeah, so it's exciting. So the big thing with this is obviously there is plastic already in the world, and we hear all the devastating stats that it's like
In the ocean.
it's in the ocean forever, or say it is pulled out of the ocean, then it's still around. Well, this company is the first of its kind to be able to have a natural enzyme that breaks it down and recycles it within hours, which is huge. So, woohoo! Okay, so this was I was crying upstairs, and I'm sure because I've cried, I can hold it together now, but it is good news. So, ending today's good news with one of the sweetest stories I think we may have ever brought to you yet. And I'm taking you back to the States now, where an 8-year-old adopted boy is on a mission to give home to old dogs that no one else wants to adopt. Robbie Gay from Palm Coast, Florida, was quoted as saying, so Robbie's the 8-year-old boy, people don't want older people, so obviously older kids to adopt, and older dogs. They only ever want babies and puppies. So Robbie takes it upon himself, thanks to obviously the support of his adoptive parents, to adopt the oldest, this is their quote, mangiest, like mangiest. Mangiest, like ugliest.
Mange is like a...
Least adoptable dogs from the local shelter that would otherwise die. Now, this is where it's like, it's sad, but it's beautiful. So Robbie himself obviously was a foster child, and was abused and treated so badly. He had been hospitalized with brain injuries twice before entering the foster care system, before being adopted by his amazing mum, Maria, now. She said, though, Robbie knows what it feels like to not be loved and cared for. He's the most optimistic, hopeful, and genuinely caring kid in the world. And his goal when he grows up is to adopt his own foster kids. But in the meantime, he has already adopted 6 old and mangy dogs and can't wait to adopt more. So that was such a beautiful story for me, because I was like, here's a little boy who has turned his own like devastation into triumph. And he's like loved and cared for now, and it's an amazing story for him. But then the other amazing story is that he adopts these beautiful dogs, and these dogs are hideous. I saw the photo with them, and it's like one's got one eye, and they're like the tongue sticking out. But yeah, so there you have it. That's my
New homes for old dogs that don't feel loved and wanted. Maybe I should give them a call.
what? Are you looking at me?
All right, so moving on, life pro tip. Here we go. So this is probably following on. I don't know if you guys remember or maybe a week ago, we mentioned that Yale were doing
I'm doing the course.
A course on what was it? Sorry, it was
the School of
wellness.
Optimism. Yeah, optimism.
Okay, so
Science of Wellbeing.
Harvard have just hit back. They've responded. They said, "You got one. We've got 67 now, bitches." All right.
Harvard coming to the turbo.
So 67 online courses for free. So it's a good time now if you wanted to maybe just do a Harvard course. You can add something to your CV. There's a good course that's been recommended. It's called Rhetoric, the Art of Persuasive Writing and Public Speaking. So if you've got a family member who believes everything they read in the news, or maybe they love a good YouTube conspiracy, this would be a great course for them.
Guys, I could do a whole other channel.
Please don't. No, we don't.
On it's not even conspiracies. I'm going to do a full live on what's actually happening with the world right now.
Please don't.
I so
Okay.
Anyway.
Take us out.
Well, that concludes today's Good News Story. It is our special Easter edition. I did ask if we could actually bring a glass of alcohol on today. He said no. Boring.
Well, no, so you could have red wine. I'm pretty sure Jesus did something.
We should have done communion.
If Jesus were around today, he would turn water to beer, craft beer.
Craft.
That hipster beer.
And the we should have done communion with red wine and chocolate.
And craft beer.
And chocolate. Yeah. Anyway, we love you guys. We hope you have the most safest, most fun, most whatever Easter.
Yeah.
We can't go anywhere and we can't do anything, but we can spread a little love, spread a little kindness, eat a lot of chocolate, drink whatever you want to drink. Maybe that's water. And we love you.
Yeah.
Spread a little love today. Bye.